All stand. The High Court of Australia is now in session. God save the Queen. Please be seated.
Call the matter for hearing, please.
Action number C19 of 2020, Palmer and the State of South Australia for hearing.
I'll take appearances. Mr. McIntyre, we're having some difficulty hearing you. I think your microphone is on mute.
Is that better, Your Honour?
Yes, thank you.
May it please the court, I appear for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Mr. McIntyre.
And may it please the court, I appear for the defendant.
Thank you, Mr. McDonald. Might just begin by indicating for the purpose of the transcript that I am sitting in Brisbane and the video feed is streaming into courtroom 1 in Canberra. Mr. McIntyre, I understand you're in Victoria, is that right?
Yes, Your Honour, in Wodonga.
And Mr. McDonald, I presume you're in Adelaide?
Actually, Your Honour, I'm appearing from my room in a motel in Albury, the Twin City Budget Motor Inn. I popped over for a quick weekend away with my family, but then all the states imposed a hard border closure, so I'm stuck. Sorry, that was probably more information than the court really needed.
That's okay, Mr. McDonald. Before they post the transcript online, they'll remove most of that.
Court pleases.
Now, Mr. McIntyre, this is your client's application.
Yes, thank you, Your Honour. Before I embark on my submissions, there are just a few matters of housekeeping I believe we need to attend to.
Yes. Are those the only matters of housekeeping? Okay, Mr. McIntyre, I can indicate I've read the submissions.
Yes, thank you, Your Honour. As Your Honour will be aware from the written submissions, my client seeks a declaration that Section 113 of the Constitution applies to hand sanitisers with an alcohol content in excess of 70%. If I can perhaps turn to the evidence, we would seek to rely on the affidavit of a Mr. Palmer, sworn on the 9th of December 2020, the principal purpose of which is to demonstrate his experience of the intoxicating effect of the consumption of hand sanitizer.
Any objection to the court receiving that affidavit, Mr. McDonald? Mr. McDonald, we're having some difficulty hearing you. Your microphone appears to be sounding good.
Oh, sorry about that, Your Honour. No, there's no objection to the affidavit.
Your Honour, you will have seen that we've also made an application for disclosure in relation to several categories of documents under the control of the defendant.
Is that right? Don't you mean discovery of documents limited to those that are or have been in the possession of the...
Well, the High Court rules are silent in relation to discovery and disclosure. So because Your Honour is sitting in Queensland, Section 79 of the Judiciary Act would pick up Rule 31 of the Queensland Uniform Civil Procedure Rules 1999, which provides for the disclosure of documents in the party's possession or under its control.
I don't think so. The court's sitting in Canberra. So Section 79 picks up Division 2.8.2 of the Court Procedure 2006 of the ACT. And that division provides for discovery of documents that are or have been in a party's possession.
I thought Your Honour said you were sitting in Brisbane.
I am sitting in Brisbane, but the court is sitting in Canberra by video link over Wodonga and Brisbane.
But
Section
you're,
14 of the High Court of Australia Act provides that the seat of the court is in Canberra.
but Your Honour is not sitting in the seat of the court.
No, I'm sitting in my bedroom, but I'm exercising federal jurisdiction in Canberra. Look, Mr. McIntyre, isn't this essentially the same submission that was advanced on behalf of your client in Palmer and Western Australia number 9, and which I rejected 3 months ago?
Yes, it is, Your Honour, but my client is now seeking to agitate that before the full court.
You're appealing.
Wait, thank you, Your Honour. But returning to the submission, we would, with all respect, submit that Your Honour's decision in Palmer number 9 was wrong.
So you're asking me to overrule my own decision that I made a few months ago. As senior counsel of the High Court of Australia, are you seriously putting that submission again?
No, Your Honour. I actually received my letters patent just a couple of weeks ago. I've upgraded, unlike my learned friend. I'm now advancing it as a Queen's counsel.
Yes, well, I might hear what Mr. McDonald has to say about this. Mr. McDonald, is my decision from 3 months ago?
Thank you, Your Honour. I submit that it is not.
Well, it may be wrong, but the real question for me is, it's plainly wrong.
Well, last week, in another action also involving Mr. Palmer, Justice Bell said that Your Honour's decision may have been wrong, but was not plainly wrong.
But was Justice Bell wrong to say I was not plainly wrong?
Justice Bell was not wrong. You were not plainly wrong.
Justice Bell may well have been wrong to say I was not plainly wrong. That's plainly wrong to say I was not plainly wrong.
You may have been plainly wrong, in which case Justice Bell was wrong to say that you were not plainly wrong, but she was not plainly wrong.
So my decision is plainly not plainly wrong.
No, what I'm saying is that Your Honour may have been plainly wrong, but Justice Bell was not plainly wrong to say that you were not plainly wrong, just wrong.
So Justice Bell was just plain wrong, not plainly wrong.
Yes, which means that Your Honour is bound to follow your own decision, even if you were plainly wrong.
So I'm bound to hold I was not wrong.
No, you may hold that you were wrong, but just not plainly wrong.
What Justice Bell said was open dicta, wasn't it?
But it was seriously considered.
Seriously considered dicta about ratio.
Yes, it was seriously considered dicta that ratio may have been wrong, but was not plainly wrong.
So I'm bound to follow Justice Bell's wrong dicta applying my plainly wrong ratio.
It would not be wrong for Your Honour to do so.
Obviously it would be wrong, but not plainly wrong, as I'm bound to follow wrong dicta applying plainly wrong ratio, even though that means my decision will be plainly wrong.
Yes, but at least Your Honour would not have heard.
Thank you, Mr. McDonald, for that very clear submission.
I'm really sorry to interrupt my friend's submissions, but I thought the court might want to know that Australia's just lost another wicket. Warner LBW for 8, Australia 2 for 25.
Well, the court is grateful for that brave intimation, Mr. McIntyre. Mr. McDonald, do you have any submissions on that issue?
Yes, I did just want to take Your Honour to a passage from the judgment of Justice Gaigler in Re Cullerton, 2017, 91, Australian Law Journal Reports, page 302. I'm just reading from the top of page 308.
Yes.
This is a constitutional matter, and boy, am I sharp on the Constitution, the real law of Australia. So this is right up my veggie patch. I'm sorry, Your Honour. Would the court just excuse me for a moment while I check my note? I'm sorry, Your Honour. I seem to be reading from the wrong document. That was actually Senator Cullerton that said that, not Justice Gaigler.
Yes, well, perhaps assist. I have the law report on my screen, and I believe I can share my screen so that we are all on the same page, so to speak. Just bear with me. Can you see the Australian Law Journal? full screen?
That doesn't look like a law report, Your
No, that's not it. That's just for my own benefit. I'll just press another button. Let's see. I'll just press another button, and I think if I just press this.
Steve, I think we've lost her honour. Maybe that's for the best.
Joe, I've just seen some good news. Apparently, Gladys Berejiklian's just announced that the New South Wales-Victoria border has just reopened, effective immediately.
Excellent. That's really great news. Steve, this case is proving a little bit more complex for both of us than we might have anticipated. Is there any chance your client might be prepared to discuss a settlement?
Yeah, probably. Just hold on a sec.
Hey Joe. Hey Steve.
How you going?
Yeah, well, yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, so how do you feel if we were walk away at this point, everyone bearing their own costs?
I think my client will definitely want its costs.
Party?
Sure.
Excellent. Oh, she's back here.